HOA sent enforcers to evict my family. They panicked when my wife showed her Green Beret ID. The HOA thought they could scare us out quietly. Early morning, 2 black SUV rolled up our driveway like they owned it. Clipboards, radios, matching jackets with enforcement stitched across the chest. They said they were there to execute an emergency eviction based on a violation we'd never received, signed by a board that didn't even have quorum. I stayed calm. Calm is important when people expect fear. I asked for paperwork. They waived a single-page notice printed at home. No court seal, no judge, just HOA letterhead and arrogance. They told my kids to go inside. That was mistake number 1. I told them politely that this was private property and without a court order they needed to leave. They smirked. One of them stepped closer, hand hovering near his radio, and said, "We do this all the time." That's when my wife walked out. No yelling, no threats, just composed, steady steps and eyes that don't miss details. She listened for exactly 10 seconds, then asked one question: who authorized armed removal of civilians? They laughed. She didn't. She calmly asked for their supervisor, names, and badge numbers. She photographed their vehicles' plates and faces, methodically. Then she took out her ID and set it on the hood of the SUV so everyone could see it clearly. U.S. Army, Special Forces, Green Beret. The tone changed instantly. She explained, still calm, that impersonating lawful authority, attempting forced removal without a writ, and threatening a family on private land crossed multiple state and federal lines. She explained that their radios were likely recording. She explained that she was trained to assess threats, de-escalate, and document violations, and that everything they'd done so far was textbook unlawful intimidation. One of them swallowed hard, another quietly stepped back. I added, still polite, that our attorney had already advised us to call the sheriff if they returned. Funny thing about that, the sheriff already knew our address. We'd filed a preemptive notice after the HOA last stunt. The enforcers suddenly needed to check something with the board. They left fast. 2 hours later, we received an email from the HOA president apologizing for a miscommunication. The eviction was withdrawn. The violation was under review. A week after that, their attorney sent a formal notice confirming the HOA had no jurisdiction over our property line at all. We didn't sue, we didn't threaten, we simply documented, stayed calm, and let competence do the talking. Sometimes the most effective response isn't shouting or revenge. It's knowing the rules better than the people trying to break them, and standing your ground so confidently that they realize they never had power to begin with.